Hello, everyone. Welcome to my live stream of the top 10 most anticipated films of 2019. I am glad to be on here. First off, if you didn't see my best of 2018 video, I posted that 2 days ago, so you guys can check that out if you haven't seen it yet. But if you haven't seen that and you're watching this, first off, I want to say Happy New Year. 2018 went by very fast, and I suspect that 2019 will probably go even faster. I don't know. But in any case, this year looks like a very good year for movies, and there's a lot of movies that I'm very much looking forward to. It was hard to make this top 10 list, to be honest, because as I was doing this list, I was looking at all the movies that were coming out, and I was like, wow, doing a top 10 is going to be hard. So what I'm going to do actually is not do an honorable mention list. And the reason why I'm not going to be doing one is because I want to make this list kind of a mystery. I want you guys to kind of have a little idea of what it's going to be on my list, because I feel like with honorable mentions, you can narrow it down easily what's going to be on my list. Keep in mind there are more than 10 movies that I'm looking forward to in 2019, and there's always that case where in October or November there's that Oscar movie or small little film that's coming out that you don't know until later on during the year. So I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen as the year goes on. But for now, which is January 6, 2019, here are my top 10 most anticipated films of the year. But before we do that, I'll just say hello to the only person in the live chat right now, who is Aaliyah. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy today's podcast. But with that being said, let's get started. So what I'm going to do is say the movie, say the release date, give you a little bit of what the movie's about, or whatever I can share regarding the film, and tell you why I'm excited for it. So it's going to be pretty straightforward. All right, here we go. Starting off with number 10. My number 10 is a biopic that's coming out this year, and just so you know, this is not going to be the first biopic that is on my top 10 list. My number 10 is Rocket Man. Rocket Man will be released on May 17th, and for those of you who don't know, Rocket Man is a biopic of Elton John. Elton John will be played by Taron Egerton, who is famous for Kingsman. And I am very excited for this movie. For the first reason why I'm very excited is because Elton John is one of my favorite singers. I think he's a phenomenal singer. And by the way, I'm going to be seeing him in concert in March, which I'm very excited for. But I'm excited to see a movie about him. And there's a teaser trailer that's been out for a couple of months now, and I love the teaser trailer. I thought the teaser trailer looked very impressive. Prior to the teaser trailer, there were pictures of Taron Egerton as Elton John, and there's one image in particular where he's sitting, just relaxing with his sunglasses and his head's like that. I know just talking about it seems kind of vague, but if you see it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And it's actually kind of scary how identical Taron Egerton looks like. How much he looks like Elton John in that picture. It's like you could swear it's a younger version of Elton John. And this movie will be directed by Dexter Fletcher. For those of you who don't know, he was one of the directors of Bohemian Rhapsody. So after Bryan Singer was fired from directing that movie, they hired a new person, which was Dexter Fletcher. So he filmed like the last 2 weeks. He'll be the one directing this movie. And that does make me excited because I like Bohemian Rhapsody. I didn't love it. It's like a solid B movie to me. But this movie looks great. And what also has me intrigued about this movie is that Taron Egerton is actually going to be singing the songs too, as opposed to Rami Malek, who lip-synced the songs of Bohemian Rhapsody, which isn't throwing shade at him. I mean, I thought he was phenomenal as Freddie Mercury, but what I like about this in particular, though, is that Taron Egerton will actually be singing the song. So if you watch the trailer, you'll notice that it's Taron Egerton singing Rocket Man, not Elton John. So yeah, I'm excited to see this. I'm excited to see where the story goes and how it comes together. I hope it's good. And one of my few problems with Bohemian Rhapsody is that it felt too rushed. So I'm hoping this film takes its time and that we get a very solid biopic. And also, Richard Madden from Game of Thrones will be in this movie, as well as Bryce Dallas Howard. I'm not sure who they're playing, but they're both very talented actors, and I'm excited to see what they're going to bring to the movie. Excited to see the movie in general. So yeah, Rocket Man's my number 10. Will be released on May 17th. All right, number 9. My number 9 is a sequel, and like number 10, it will not be the first sequel that it will not be the only sequel that will be on this list. But my number 9 is It Chapter 2. It Chapter 2 will be released on September 6th. It is the continuation of 2015's It. Now, right off the bat, I want to say that I have not seen the original movie that came out in the 90s. I've been meaning to, but I remember something happened before the new It movie that I couldn't see. I didn't have enough time, so I just ended up seeing the new film. I really enjoyed the 2015 version. I thought that was a very solid horror film. And after the movie ended, I wanted a part two. But what's cool about part two is one, the same director as the first one's coming back, which is a good thing. And number two, the second movie takes place years after the first one, so much so that the first movie has little kids, and in the second movie they will be adults at this time. So Bill Skarsgård will be coming back as Pennywise the Clown, who I thought was terrifying in the first movie. And you'll have new actors in the movie, such as James McAvoy, Bill Hader, Jessica Chastain. You have a pretty talented cast. And there's no trailer for this yet. I don't know when we'll be getting a trailer, but even without a trailer, I'm still very excited to see this. The way the first one ended had me intrigued to see the sequel, and also I'm just excited to see how where the story is going to go, and how the adults are going to do in this version. I wonder if there will be sequences of the little kids that'll be back for this movie, because the little kids were really great in the first one. So it would be nice to see maybe a scene or two of flashbacks or something. I don't know. But in any case, very excited for It Chapter 2. I don't know if I'll be seeing that opening weekend, because, the horror films like this tend to attract like the worst movie goers of all time, especially during opening weekend. But in any case, I'm still really excited to see it. So It Chapter 2 is my number 9. It'll be released on September 6th. All right. Number 8. My number 8 is the only animated film on this list. Now, there's a lot of animated films coming out next year that people are anticipating. For me, this is easily my most anticipated animated film of this year, and that is How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World. How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World will be released on February 22nd. It's the third chapter in the How to Train Your Dragon trilogy. So we had the first one that came out in 2010, the second one that came out in 2014, and this new one that's coming out in 2019. I absolutely love the first two How to Train Your Dragon films. To me, they rank among DreamWorks' best movies. I know a lot of people say Shrek is the best, but for me, How to Train Your Dragon is the one that takes it all. I mean, both of them are really funny. They have a lot of heart. They're one of those animated movies that everyone can enjoy, whether you're 6 years old or you're 45. You're going to find something about these movies that you love. And the third movie looks like everything that's great about the first two, and they're expanding upon it in this one. In this one, they find out that there's another Night Fury, and shit looks like it's about to get real. What's great about these trailers is that they don't really give you a lot of information or detail, which is a good thing, because you don't want a trailer telling you the whole movie. And despite having 2 trailers, I still don't really have a good idea of what it's about. Like, I have somewhat of an idea, but with that being said, I'm very intrigued to see how the movie plays out. And I love the characters, so it's great to see other characters come back. I'm curious to see how the new Night Fury plays in the story. I'm just really hoping that, other than Toy Story, we'll be having another great animated trilogy, because the first 2 How to Train Your Dragon movies are really incredible. And this new one looks like it's going to continue the trend. I mean, you have the same voice actors coming back, you have the same director coming back. The trailers look really solid. I'm very excited to see this animated movie. I cannot wait to see to go back to this world again and to see where the story goes. I can't wait to see it. So How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World is my number 8. Will be released on February 22nd. All right, now we're on to number 7. My number 7 is Joker. Joker will be released on October 4th, 2019. Joker, for those of you guys who don't know, is the origin story of the character of Joker, who is the most famous villain in the Batman comics. Now, initially, I was against this movie because I like the idea of Joker not having an origin. I think that makes his character more interesting. And even in The Dark Knight, when he tells a bunch of different stories, like, you don't know what's real and what's not. And I feel like that added a lot more intrigue to his character. But seeing set photos of Joaquin Phoenix as Joker, now, I love the set photo. I love the way how he looks. He looks like a 1960s or a 70s clown, where he's not like the 2008 version of The Dark Knight, but more of like, your traditional clown who may or may not be terrifying. I mean, I'm sure Joaquin Phoenix is going to be terrifying in this movie, but, at first it's kind of like, oh, okay, he's not that scary. But, I mean, who knows? It's Joaquin Phoenix, and he's an incredible actor. What's interesting, too, is a director. Now, this movie is directed by Todd Phillips, Todd Phillips has directed nothing but comedies before. He's directed all the Hangover movies, Due Date, Starsky and Hutch, Old School. He did that movie War Dogs with Jonah Hill. I didn't see that, but that's besides the point. The point is he's done nothing but comedies before. So this is like the first crime drama, which does intrigue me because this is going to be something completely different for him. So I'm wondering how he's going to pull this off. And it has happened before where directors have done certain genre, then they go to something different and they pull it off. Like look at the Russo brothers. They did nothing but romantic comedies, and then they did Civil War, and yeah, they did Infinity War, and they'll be doing the new Avengers movie. So definitely a different switch in terms of genres. So this looks like this will be a case for Todd Phillips. Hopefully he pulls it off really well. There's no trailer. There's no grasp of a plot. I mean, the plot in IMDb tells you it's just an origin story of Joker, but there's not really, you know, there's not really a summary of like the sequence of what's going to happen or anything. And there's no, like I said, there's no trailer out yet. I don't know when we're getting a trailer, but in any case, I'm still very intrigued to see this. I can't wait to see how Joaquin Phoenix pulls it off. And it's not just Joaquin Phoenix that's in this movie. Robert De Niro's in it as well. And that has me intrigued for sure. There's not really much, you know, about this movie that has been shared just yet. All I know is that Joker has been filmed in New York, some parts in New Jersey, not very far from me. And I know someone who's going to be an extra in the movie, which is pretty cool. But in any case, very excited for Joker. It's my number 7. It'll be released on October 4th, 2019. All right, number 6. My number 6 is John Wick Chapter 3. John Wick Chapter 3 will be released on May 17th. It's the same day as Rocket Man, so that'll be a good weekend for movies. John Wick Chapter 3, there's no plot on IMDb. Like I said, like I said before with Joker, the only thing that says on IMDb in the plot section is that it's the 3rd chapter of the John Wick series. Okay, but if you've seen the end of Chapter 2, then you kind of have an idea of what this movie's about. This is definitely a continuation of what happened in Chapter 2 because it leaves off a huge cliffhanger. And I cannot wait to see this movie. I'm a huge fan of both John Wick movies. They're both great action films that are completely crazy. I mean, there's so many scenes of John Wick just killing everyone, and it's glorious to watch. And the story is really interesting too. They're very fast-paced movies, and they're just awesome action movies. And the way Chapter 2 ends, for those of you who haven't seen it, I'm not going to spoil it, but Chapter 2 ends in a way, and you're like, I need Chapter 3 now. And there's no trailer yet. I suppose there'll be a trailer soon. I don't know when exactly, but there's been some set photos, and my favorite set photo that I've seen thus far is John Wick on a horse. He's like riding around the city on a horse, and I don't know, that set photo is so badass, and it just makes me instantaneously more excited for this movie. I cannot wait for John Wick Chapter 3. I think that movie's going to be crazy. I cannot wait to see what the movie offers, and we're going to have new actors in it too. Halle Berry's in it, Angelica Houston. I'm not even sure who they play, but that's fine. I'm just excited to see what this movie brings us. And it's the same director from Chapter 2 and Chapter 1. So we could have another great trilogy, guys. A great action trilogy. And I cannot wait to see what Keanu Reeves do, how this movie's put together, and all that good stuff. So John Wick Chapter 3 is my number 6, and it'll be released on May 17th. Hello, Jared. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy the podcast. All right, now we're on to number 5. My number 5 is the biggest movie of the year, hands down. Avengers Endgame. Avengers Endgame will be released on April 26th. So, yes, there'll be another debate on social media among film enthusiasts whether it's a summer movie or not. But let's not talk about that. Let's just talk about Avengers Endgame and how excited we all are. I mean, I feel like I shouldn't even really explain why I'm so excited for this movie, but I guess I will repeat what everyone else is saying, what everyone else is thinking, and all that kind of stuff. So Avengers Endgame is everything the MCU has been leading up to. Well, Infinity War was, and this is Infinity War Part 2. So both of those movies has all been leading up. Every movie the MCU has led up to this. So it's a big event. And the way Infinity War ends, and again, if you haven't seen it, which if you haven't, why? But in any case, the way Infinity War ends, it ends off in a crazy-ass way, and you have no idea what's going to happen in this new one. There's a trailer that came out a couple of weeks ago, and I like the trailer because similar to the other trailers I talked about, they don't really give you much, which is a good thing. I mean, do you really need to over-advertise or market Avengers Endgame? I'm pretty sure you're going to see it even if there wasn't a trailer. But in any case, I have no idea what to expect going into this movie. That's what has me very excited. Infinity War ended in a way, and now they're like, crap, what are they going to do now? And I can't wait to see it. I just think the Russo brothers have delivered the best movie of the MCU, which is Infinity War, and I'm hoping they top it. I'm really hoping it pays off too, because with the way they ended Infinity War, the conclusion has to be perfect, because if it's just not, then it's going to be very disappointing to a lot of fans. And yes, I do think it's going to be the biggest movie of the year. I think this is the movie that will dethrone Avatar as the the movie that makes the most worldwide. And I know that's a very bold statement, because I said that with Force Awakens, it didn't. I said it with Infinity War, it didn't. But I have a very good feeling that Endgame will be the movie that does it. Why? Because one, it's Avengers Infinity War Part 2. Look how much money Infinity War made. And because of how well received and the way it ended, you bet your ass more people are just going to go and watch it, probably even double the amount. And I really have a strong feeling, if not Avatar, then definitely Titanic. It'll be in the top 2. Just take my word for it. It will. I know people are saying The Lion King's going to make the most money. Listen, that's going to make over $1 billion, but it's not going to be Avengers Endgame. You have my word on that. And yeah, that's my number 5. I don't think I really need to say much else, but Avengers Endgame, my number 5, will be released on April 26th. Is it a summer movie or not? That's up to you to decide, I guess. Jack Harrington. Hey, Jack. Okay. Posting your list and stuff. All right, cool. Okay, so now we're on to number 4. My number 4 is my most anticipated horror film of the rest of the year. Well, my most anticipated film of 2019. Horror film of 2019, I should say. That is Us. Us will be released on March 15th. Us is from director Jordan Peele. Now, I'm not going to lie, because the trailer dropped on Christmas. But before I talk about the trailer, here's what I will say. This was already my most anticipated horror film of the year, because hearing that Jordan Peele was going to make another horror film made me very excited, because I loved Get Out. Get Out was in my top 5 movies of 2017. That's how much I loved it. And just hearing that Jordan Peele was making another horror film made me instantaneously excited. The trailer came out on Christmas Day, and holy crap, that trailer blew me away. That was an awesome trailer, and my hype level has increased by like 100% after seeing that trailer. This movie looks insane. And so the premise of the movie, based on the trailer, is that there's a family who goes to this kind of vacation house, this beach, and when they go, there's another family that visits them. And the family doesn't seem ordinary. They seem like maybe monsters who are terrorizing this family. The thing is, though, these people are identical to that family. So it's like their own clones are attacking them. So it sounds kind of weird, but when you watch the trailer, it's really cool. And I love the trailer, like I said. And the movie just looks unique. It looks original. And it absolutely has my interest. I mean, that one trailer alone, that's it. I don't need to see trailer 2. I don't need to see commercials. I don't need to see anything. I just need to see this movie now. The movie's going to come out relatively soon, in a little over 2 months. But it's 2 months too far. I mean, I just want to see it now. And this movie looks awesome. And I love the way how they got the song I Got 5 on it, and they remixed it kind of like in a horror way. And it works perfectly. Yeah, I cannot wait for Us. I've watched the trailer many times now, and I'm just very excited. I think Lupita Nyong'o and Winston Duke, I think is his name, I think they're both going to kill it. And I'm just interested, man. I think no, it is my most anticipated horror film of the year, and I'm super excited. So Us is my number 4. Will be released on March 15th. All right, number 3. My number 3 is The Irishman. Now, The Irishman is another biopic that's on this movie regarding Jimmy Hoffa. Now, here's what I will say about this movie, because there's not really much to say about it, even though it's my number 3. This movie will be released in 2019. There's no month or day that's been announced yet, so it could mean that it'll be coming out in December, which I hope not. Could come out in the summer, could come out in 2 months. We don't know. We just know that it's coming out this year. Another thing to know is that it's a Netflix movie. So, and it's been said in a couple of interviews, and there was an article that was released that apparently this movie will be getting a theatrical release during the first 2 weeks, and then it'll be going to Netflix, which is cool. But I know you guys are wondering, why am I excited for this movie? Why am I way more excited for this than over like Avengers or John Wick or It Chapter 2? Like, why, if there's not really much information? Well, simple. The Irishman is directed by Martin Scorsese. And guess who else is in it? Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, Joe Pesci, who's coming out of retirement. There is rumors that Leonardo DiCaprio might have a small role. It's a gangster movie with Martin Scorsese, with all these legends. How can you not be excited? It's the first mafia movie with Robert De Niro since Casino, which came out in 1995. That is 34 years ago. Holy crap. No, 24 years ago. Great at math, as you can see. But in any case, I am so excited for this movie. There's no trailer. There's not even an official poster. Like, there's a poster that's around that people think is real, but it's not real. But in any case, I've seen some set photos. I'm so excited for this movie. It's a mafia movie directed by Martin Scorsese, who's teaming up with Joe Pesci, Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, and possibly Leonardo DiCaprio. How the hell can you not be excited for that? That's all I got to say. That information alone makes it on the top 3 most anticipated films of the year for me. And I wish there was more I could say, but there's no trailer. There's not even much of a plot synopsis on any movie websites, except for someone who recalls a memory of him possibly being involved in the murder of Jimmy Hoffa. But I'm sure there's more to the story. It's Scorsese, after all. But in any case, The Irishman, it's my number 3, will be released this year. Don't know what month or don't know what day. But it's a Martin Scorsese movie on Netflix. And I should add, this is my most anticipated Netflix movie of all time. Like, I've never been more excited for a Netflix movie ever. Like, this is easily my most anticipated Netflix movie. All right, number 2. My number 2 is Glass. Glass will be released on January 18th, also known as a little less than 2 weeks from now. And yeah, I am super hyped for this movie. Unbreakable is one of the absolute most underrated films I have ever seen in my life. Like, when someone asks me what movie's underrated, first answer I always give is Unbreakable. That movie is a 10 out of 10. And I mean that too. Like, it's such a great movie that is slept on. And then Split, which came out in 2017, was really good. Not perfect, but I liked it a lot regardless. I gave it an 8 out of 10. And this is the 3rd chapter in that trilogy. So this is like a trilogy of superhero films, but realistic superhero films. Now, yeah, there's obviously some elements that wouldn't happen in real life, but for the most part, they're grounded and they're realistic. So it's like, what if superheroes were a little more realistic than, you know, the Hulk or the Thing from Fantastic Four? Yeah, and I love the trailers to this movie. I can't wait to see Samuel L. Jackson back as a character, as Mr. Glass. He was one of my absolute favorite things of the first movie. And this movie looks like shit's going to really get real. That's all I can really say. And Sarah Paulson's also in it. She looks very good in it. Everyone looks like they're doing a great job in this movie. And the trailers have intrigued me. And one thing that's actually pretty cool, I haven't really told many people, but back in October, I want to say, I got an email being invited to a private screening of Glass, and I could see it in October, but I had work and I couldn't go. So I could have seen this movie months before, but it's okay. I didn't get to, and that's fine. But in any case, I'm still very excited to see this. I'm most likely going to be seeing this in IMAX because it looks like a must-see in IMAX. And I can't wait to see where this goes. I have so many questions regarding plots from Unbreakable, plots from Split, and I don't know what to expect. So yeah, I am super excited for this. I don't think I've ever been excited for a movie that's coming out in January of all months. If you're not a film enthusiast, then one thing you should know is that January is known as like the garbage month for movies, because literally nothing but bad movies comes out during January. But this movie looks like the exceptional case, and I'm still really excited to see it. And film director M. Night Shyamalan, who's coming back from Unbreakable and Split, the man's had a very interesting film career, to say the least. But for now I'm like on his side, and I'm very excited to see what he delivers with Glass. And I know this is a movie he's been working on for a while, so I'm really hoping all his hard work and all that stuff pays off. So yeah. Hey, what's up, Angel? All right. Number 1, my most anticipated film of 2019 is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood will be released on July 26th. It is written and directed by Quentin Tarantino. That, folks, was all I needed to know for it to be my most anticipated film of the year. I'm not even joking. Tarantino is my second favorite director of all time. And anything he does, I'm instantaneously excited for. Like, I will be there day one for any movie he comes out with. And it'll be the case for this movie. This movie is about, well, it takes place in 1969, a time during the Manson murders. While the Manson murders are going on, you have an actor who's trying to get back in the movie business, and he's with his stunt double. And yeah, I guess it's about Hollywood. The cast includes Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, Margaret Robbie, Michael Madsen, and a bunch of other people. I know there's way more people that I can't even think of right now, but I know there's a lot more people in this movie. But in any case, the cast is killer. The story has me intrigued. Any day the trailer is going to drop now. Just any day it's going to drop, and that's what keeps me going. I just need to see that trailer right away. And yeah, I'm just super excited to see this movie. I cannot wait. And apparently, this is like the closest thing Tarantino has done to Pulp Fiction, which, hell yeah. I mean, give me this movie now. And I cannot wait to see this. I am super, super excited to see this. I'm not really sure what to expect. I can expect a great movie from Tarantino. And this is his 9th movie, so after this movie, he'll be doing one more, then he's retiring. So I'm really hoping this movie pays off. I cannot wait to see it. And I cannot wait to watch the trailer. That will be very exciting. And yeah, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is my most anticipated film of 2019. And that's that. All right, guys, that's my list of my top 10 most anticipated movies of the year. I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast, enjoyed my list. You guys can comment below what movies you're excited for or what films that are on my list that you think don't look that good. You guys are more than welcome to do that. And yeah, like I said before in the beginning of the video, I did my best films of 2018 video. It was released about 2 days ago. So if you guys haven't checked that out yet, it's on my channel now. You guys can check it out. And yeah, I'm hoping 2019 is a great year for films, just a great year in general. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. I'll see you guys later, and thank you. Have a good one. Bye.